Thank you, Dan. And the Championship never fails to surprise, but very few would have predicted that Queen's Park Rangers would be above Aston Villa at the end of October. But while Villa continue to endure their playoff hangover, Rangers are really thriving in adversity. They conceded 13 goals in their first 4 games, including that 7-1 mauling at West Bromwich Albion. But since then, they've only lost 2 games, and they've only conceded 6 in the last 10. They are one of the form teams in the division. But for Aston Villa, having won their opening 2 games of the season, home wins against Rotherham and Swansea are their only successes in their last 12, and they arrive here in West London, a ground where they've done well in recent years, really needing a victory here tonight. A reminder of the 2 sides again, it's the same Queen's Park Rangers team which beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-0 on Tuesday. Lumley in goal, Rangel, Leisner, Lynch and Bidwell, Luongo and Cameron, Shoek, Eze, Freeman and Hemed. 3 changes for Villa. Horahan, Whelan and Adoma all make way. Bjarnason, McGinn and Kodja come in. It's Nyland in goal, Hutton, Tuanzebe, Chester and Taylor the back 4. El Mohammadi, Bjarnason, McGinn and Kodja across midfield, with Grealish playing off Tammy Abraham. And interestingly, on the bench for Aston Villa is Scott Hogan, a player who scored so many goals at Brentford under Dean Smith despite his injury problems, made the big move to Aston Villa, and things have not really happened for him since, and he will be a number of players hoping that a change of management could herald a fresh start for him at Villa Park. Villa have outstanding support once again, 3,000 fans behind the goal away to our right hand side. They're anticipating the biggest crowd of the season here so far tonight. Over 16,000 tickets sold. Queen's Park Rangers are in their pre-match huddle, and Steve McLaren has orchestrated a real turnaround in recent weeks. A team which will be under a transfer embargo in January, but some shrewd loan signings and the use of the free agency market have really given them impetus after such a poor start to the season. And you could argue they come into this game against one of the fancied sides as firm favourites tonight. Darren England is our referee, and it's Aston Villa who get the game underway in all claret, defending the goal away to our right hand side. They kicked off, but they've quickly given the ball away. Here is Eze coming forward down the left hand side for Queen's Park Rangers in their blue and white hoops. He's challenged by Grealish, and McGinn will bring it forward for Villa on the far side. The challenge quickly comes in though from Cameron, and it will be a throw into Queen's Park Rangers on the halfway line. Always a good atmosphere inside Loftus Road with a decent crowd in. We have that here this evening. And it's been some time, I think, Mick, since you come to a Queen's Park Rangers game, and there's not been a sense of doom and gloom, but they are looking upwards for a change.
They are, yeah, and they look to start quick there, because John McGinn tried to clip it out of Kodja, and Tammy Abraham, I think it was, and it didn't get there. They've gone and nailed him, and then there's a couple of tackles, so they've tried to start quick, but John McGinn's on the ball here, and he looks, I'm just going to say, looks very accomplished, and he's given the ball away, so there's the commentator's curse straight away.
Tried to work it wide towards this near side, but Shoek won it back for Queen's Park Rangers. But here is Grealish with his long sleeves pulled over his wrists and the socks down around his ankles. He works it wide to Kodja, who has started this game wide on the left hand side. Now Taylor back in field to Tuanzebe, who is on loan from Manchester United, as he was for much of last season, although he had injury problems. Now McGinn goes down under the challenge on the far side of Rangel. No free kick given, and Queen's Park Rangers will look to build. Luongo with an interesting ball wide to this near side. Shoek will try and get there, but Taylor arrives for Aston Villa, plays the ball infield towards their captain Chester, and now Taylor will knock it long down the line on this near side. Headed forward again by Cameron towards the edge of the penalty area, and Chester with a back pass to Nyland, and I'm not sure he appreciated the ball in that sort of area, but the goalkeeper signed from Ingolstadt in Germany plays it long downfield, and Villa will build on this near side. Grealish challenged by Cameron, and Grealish plays it back in field towards Tuanzebe. 2 minutes played on the home of the EFL TalkSport 2, and it's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Aston Villa 0. Rangers starting 13th in the table, but they could go 7th with a victory. Aston Villa down in 16th, but they would go 9th. And they're coming forward now with McGinn cutting in field, left-footed shot from him, fizzes across the penalty area and just wide of the far post.
Well, we talked about John McGinn before, and he started really well. That ball's rolled into him by Hutton, and he just rolls the defender, then he lets him come on the inside onto his left foot, and I actually thought he was going to bet it in the far corner. That's a great bit of play by John McGinn, and he started really well.
Well, you do get feistiness with John McGinn. He's already served a one-match ban on Tuesday for picking up 5 bookings this season, and he got 20 yellow cards playing for Hibs in Scotland.
Just look at the shape of the teams they're setting up.
Here is Freeman coming forward now for Queen's Park Rangers. Hooks the early ball into the area. Twansebe was there to head the ball away at the near post. Hutton then heads it forward, and it's knocked back by McGinn beyond Hutton and over the line behind the goal for a corner.
Great response, because I thought John McGinn had scored up at the other end, and then Freeman's got down the left-hand side. He puts a really good cross in. Twansebe's headed it. It didn't go anywhere, and then Hutton's had to put it out for a corner kick. But I'm looking at how they're set up. One's a 4-1 with a sitter. That's Aston Villa, and the other definitely, it's like a 4-4-1-1 QPR. Corner kick.
And Freeman will take it, and it will be an outswinger down the left-hand side. Leisner and Cameron make the run towards the far post. It's headed up in the air by Twansebe, then hooked clear by Grealish. Bidwell gathers and works it wide to the far side, the left, and Freeman once again. A couple of step overs from him, then he cuts back onto his right foot. The early cross into the penalty area is not a clear, fired back through the crowd by Leisner. It's deflected away off Twansebe, and it's behind for another Rangers corner.
It's a good bit of pressure and momentum, but it doesn't get kicked over the crossbar. They keep it on top of them. They've got another corner kick. They had a fair bit of difficulty dealing with that. You see, they've got every player back, Villa, and they're not defending the edge of the box at all. I wonder if somebody's going to try and chip one out to the edge of the box. They've brought them out now. They've all come out.
Well, Luongo was lurking with intent, but now Kodja has been detailed to pick him up. Freeman, another outswinger, and it's deep into the penalty area. Cameron heads it towards goal. It was really needing somebody to try and hook the ball on, but it bounces harmlessly into the arms of Nyland.
That's, if you have somebody in front of the goalkeeper, generally teams have, and he gets anywhere near him, there's just sniffing around, he can get a touch, there's a chance there for the centre forward or somebody who's just looking around to get the bits and pieces.
Queen's Park Rangers with 6 wins, 2 draws and 6 defeats so far this season. Of course, losing their first 4 games, but either side of back-to-back defeats to Norwich and Swansea. They have had little runs of 3 wins and a draw, and they're currently in that sort of sequence now. And Wigan, Millwall and Sheffield Wednesday have all been beaten here, and they also picked up a draw at home to Derby, which probably now looks a better result than it did at the time. Grealish has been caught late on this near side by Shoek, and it will be a free kick for Aston Villa, 10 yards inside the Rangers half. Villa playing from right to left in the first half as we look out from the main stand as Kodja comes in field. Abraham with an audacious back heel when probably something simpler may have linked up with Kodja inside the penalty area. As a result, Rangers are able to clear. Hemed will try and hold the ball up, but he loses out, and now Taylor fighting Kodja once again, who shrugs off the challenge of Shoek, and it's gathered by Hutton. Now further wide towards the far side, and El Mohammadi. Kodja in the central area now, spins away initially from the first challenge and then finds El Mohammadi. And Villa here enjoying sustained possession inside the Queen's Park Rangers half until far too much of that pass from El Mohammadi was shown towards Luongo, and he brings it clear. And now Shoek coming forward, square towards Freeman on the edge of the penalty area. Low right-footed shot from him is gathered low at the near post by Nyland.
Really good play by QPR. They were sat in. They've got 2 banks of 4. They've got Eze sat in front of the 4-4-1-1. Really narrow, really shallow, and Villa are trying to play it through them. Luongo nicks it off him. Up to wash the leg, he's put it in there to Freeman. He's come on the inside on his right foot, and actually he's going in the bottom corner. It's a really good move by QPR.
7 minutes played, 0-0 at Loftus Road. Villa with 4 wins, 6 draws and 4 defeats so far. Only 2 wins in their last 12 and 1 away win so far this season, with 3 draws and 3 defeats, and already they've given up 10 points from winning positions with only 2 clean sheets in those 14 games. Steve Bruce departing after that 3-3 draw at home to Preston. And it's a win and two defeats since, as Grealish gathers midway inside the Queen's Park Rangers half, and it's wide to this near side, and Codger, who again comes infield onto his right foot, and Codger will look to let fly, but it's blocked by Cameron, and it spins high up towards the halfway line. Villa will clear, then Eze losing out to Bjarnason, the Icelandic international, and Taylor plays the ball infield for Aston Villa. Grealish midway inside the Rangers half. 8 minutes played on TalkSport 2, and it's still goalless here as Codger looks to burst into the penalty area down the left-hand side, finding Grealish, who maybe had the opportunity to swing one in with the right foot, but he finds Hutton, and his ball on towards El Mohammadi runs under his boot, and it harmlessly drifts behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it looked like being a promising move, and then Hutton's final pass to El Mohammadi has gone out, and it's just a waste of all that nice, neat passing. But QPR have started the better team. They look more likely to score at the moment.
And Rangers, remarkably, have lost their last 13 games played on a Friday, and that's a run going back to Boxing Day in 2014. But Villa do have a pretty awful record in London. 2 wins and 11 defeats in their last 13, but those 2 victories both came here, including a 2-1 win last season when the absent Albert Adoma scored both of their goals. Easy turns in the midfield to find Cameron, but he's quickly closed down by Grealish. The ball spins wide to this near side, and it's played back by Rangel towards Joe Lumley, who clears up towards the halfway line, and then Cameron with a rather aimless header forward. He was looking for Freeman, who at times is filling in the central area as Hemed looks to try and work down the left-hand side.
I have to say, Nazir, it was an unforgiving groan from the header from Cameron. He couldn't do a great deal with it, and I think the crowd were expecting a lot more now, having had a few good results at QPR.
It's amazing, a few wins.
Yeah, absolutely, and expectations go up, rightfully so.
Now Taylor with a dreadful ball across the field. It's straight to Hemed, infield towards Easy, who was challenged by Bjarnason, and he did a good job to win it back. Grealish with the early ball forward. Abraham off and running on this near side, the man on loan from Chelsea, but he showed far too much of that to Leisner.
Good defending Leisner there. I thought he got the legs on him, Abraham, but he's waited for him as he tried to turn. He nicked it off him, read it well.
Abraham with 4 goals so far for Villa, including the winner in Dean Smith's debut as manager. That 1-0 win against Swansea last Saturday, when 42,000 turned up at Villa Park to see the new man, or maybe see the back of the old one. Here is Chester coming forward now, wide to this near side, and Taylor. And now Chester again finding Grealish, who is hungry for the ball in the opening 10 minutes or so. 0-0 here at Loftus Road on TalkSport 2 at the start of the footballing weekend, and it's a very busy day on Matchday Live 2 tomorrow. 2 massive games from the Championship. Middlesbrough against Derby is a 12:30 start, then Leeds against Forest at 5:30, and in between we have exclusive commentary on the T20 International between Sri Lanka and England live from Colombo. And over on TalkSport, Matchday Live will include exclusive Premier League commentary and a big game at the bottom as well, Southampton against Newcastle. El Mohammadi with an early cross into the penalty area, chested away towards this near side by Rangel, and then Lynch with the early ball forward for Rangers, but it's quickly gathered by Hutton, who then gives the ball away. And Queen's Park Rangers will look to break. It's an early ball played wide to the far side, looking for Hemed from Cameron, but again it's nodded away by El Mohammadi. Villa will try and play it wide to this near side.
I thought he should have played it through the gap. As soon as he tries to chip it, it makes it a harder pass. Just put it in the space, put it in the 18-yard box for him to run onto. QPR have started well in this game. They're really hard to play through. You can see Steve's Worthing, they're very well organised. You've got 2 banks of 4, then they've got Eze and Hemed, who are alternating, going to the striker or sitting on the sitting midfield player on Bjarnason. Doing it well so far. Really good start for them.
12 minutes played. Still goalless though. And of course Steve McLaren knows this group of players he will basically have for the whole season, because as part of the financial fair play settlement they will be under a transfer embargo in January, unless they get rid of somebody, and then they can bring a replacement in on lower wages. As Shoak picks up a loose ball on the edge of the Villa penalty area, finding Easy, and now Freeman down the left-hand side, comes back in field onto his right foot. It's still Freeman, needs support, gets it from Easy, it's lofted high to the far post and gathered by Nyland.
Yeah, it was an easy save. It was only a chip. I thought Nyland was going to make a meal of it and have a dive there for a minute because it just chipped into his hands. But good play again by QPR.
And Abraham wins the free kick from Leisner. Some pushing and pulling on this near side. Villa take it quickly. Grealish, a very deliberate ball wide to the right hand side. El Mohammadi back towards Grealish again, onto his right foot, then wide towards El Mohammadi once again. Bidwell is with him, and now Queen's Park Rangers have all their bodies back. Hutton,
they're all stood still in the box though.
Yeah.
Absolutely static. Every one of them, all static. The Villa players move, shift, somebody run to the near post, come around the back post, have a bit of movement. If a ball comes in, you want to be on the move, you get a chance, but absolutely stood still.
Taylor now, 25 yards from goal. Infield towards Abraham, who rolls the challenge, finds Grealish, right-footed shot, is a couple of yards wide in the end. They work the opening eventually, but I was going to ask you, Mick, is that lack of movement maybe down to a lack of confidence?
What, in the box?
Yeah.
No, that's not confidence. That's something you got to work on. I know if you know, I watched TC do it with me, and he's got the strikers. You've got to cross over as it's being moved. Move again. If you stood there marking, if you don't move, I'm going to head it. 9 times out of 10. You know, every time I head it. But if you move me, you get pull off my shoulder and then run across me, or go across the front of me and run off the back of me. You've got to shift defenders. Otherwise, you won't score goals.
Headed forward now by Rangel on this near side. Hemed will try and keep it in play. And I did hear a story about a notable Premier League striker who I won't name. Apparently in training at the club he was at, he would refuse to make runs across the near post. He said, I'm a far post man. And he wouldn't make any movement at all. Needless to say, he was very quickly on his way.
I'm going to say they made some movement off the training ground if he refused to do it.
Here is Grealish now. Has support from Taylor, but it's wide towards Kodja down the left, who can come in field again, and Kodja is round the back beyond Rangel, but the veteran recovers well to concede the first corner for Villa.
Done well, Rangel. I think he fancies it out there, does Kodja, to be honest with you. He keeps coming on the inside. He's had the chance there to go on the outside of Rangel. He's done well. He's kicked out for a corner kick, so let's see what they've got now. Delivery, movement.
15 minutes played. The Villa fans find their voices at the other end of the ground away to our right.
The referee's warned them about, I would imagine, pulling, holding on. Let's see, he's keeping a close eye.
Not made any difference. The corner's played in towards that near post area. Lumley stayed on his line. It was nodded away by Hemed, gathered by McGinn. A high cross to the far post, just beyond Abraham and behind for a goal kick.
Nothing on with the corner kick. I thought it was a good ball there by John McGinn. Abraham had pulled to the far post, who just overhit. 15
minutes played. You're listening to Queen's Park Rangers 0, Aston Villa 0 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix. For the latest offers, visit your local store or screwfix.com. Here when you need us. And Villa have a throw-in.
Good pressing by
the
Villa
far
there.
side.
Sorry, Nigel. They've gone and tried to mark all the defenders. They've given it out to Bidwell. He's rolled it into to Freeman, and he's a bit late. Bjarnason's up on top of him and nicks it, and because Freeman's fouled, he's got a foul. Both teams trying to press at different areas, to be honest. Villa a bit more up on top of them. QPR are waiting, halfway line, so they're 10 yards in the Villa half, then they go pressing.
El Mohammadi has room in which to manoeuvre down the right-hand side. Bidwell, who of course played very well under Dean Smith during their time at Brentford, closes him down, but here is Bjarnason with the long blonde hair tied back into a ponytail, but his ball forward is cut out, and Freeman can move the ball forward now very quickly. The Queen's Park Rangers, he was looking for Bidwell on the overlap, but Freeman continues, then lofts a ball wide to the right hand side, and Shoak on the outside is Rangel. Shoak's cross into the area is closed down, and Bjarnason has the opportunity to clear, and he eventually finds Kodja on this near side, the left.
He's done Shellac no problem, no favours at all there. He's come right up on the overlap. Rangel. Shellac's doing no favours. He's gone right round him, and then he gives the ball away. So he's got to run another 50-60 yards back, get back in his position. He's got to do better.
Do without that at the age of 35. Now McGinn clips the ball forward again, but it's behind Abraham, and it's gathered by Joe Lumley, a young goalkeeper who came in After a difficult start to the season for Matt Ingram, who was the first choice, and Lumley has kept his place ever since. He clears wide to the far side, and it's nodded on by Bidwell, gathered by Freeman, back towards Bidwell, but McGinn nips in to win it back for Aston Villa. He then goes down, but doesn't get the free kick. Freeman will try and bring it clear, and then McGinn fouls Freeman, and it's a free kick on halfway. And I was going to ask you, Mick, as a new manager, you've got into places mid-season or early season.
Yep.
How long does it take to have an impact? Well, a proper impact, not a bounce.
I'm going to say, no, it's not, yeah, because it's not the first game. Because very, very often you get that. The first game, coming new manager gets a result.
Here it's easy coming forward now for Queen's Park Rangers. Wide towards Freeman. Down the left-hand side, Freeman has Bidwell in support. It's his high cross, swirled towards the far post. Hemed will try and keep the ball in play, but his first touch only sends it out for a goal kick.
So back to your question, yes. I go into Ipswich, 1st November, we're playing Birmingham away, we win 1-0. I've had an effect. We get beaten then by Crystal Palace 6-1. I think we beat Millwall in the midweek, and then we lose 5 or 6 at Leicester. So I've had a real impact, and I've had some good results, bad results. But you could see we're conceding goals. The first one was a 1-0. So it took a few weeks, but we had some results in. At least we had some positive results in amongst those bad results, and you could see something changing. But I don't know, 4-6 weeks before you really see it and you get a bit more consistency.
Here is Grealish, and of course Dean Smith has gone into a club where they demand results right from the very start, but as an Aston Villa fan, of course, he will be aware of that.
They've no right to demand results right from the start. Absolutely no right, because why have they? They've not. Where have they been in the last 3 years? They've been in the Championship, haven't they? It's the 3rd season.
Yep.
So all of us, we're a Premier League club. Yeah, Leeds think that. Wolves always thought that. Wolves have earned the right to get back in there. West Brom will be thinking that. Sunderland think that. You've got to earn it. Demanding results. It's it's not easy. You can't demand results. I don't think give Dean Smith the time and patience. He'll get them playing because he did great at Walsall. He's done superbly well at Brentford. Why would you think he wouldn't do it here with a better group of players? So
we will wait and see. 20 minutes played, 0-0 on TalkSport 2. Mick McCarthy with us once again on a Friday evening. Here is Grealish, infield towards Bjarnason. And now Hutton with the shaven head is in support on the far side. He looks to release McGinn, who was in behind Lynch on the far side. A low cross into the penalty area, and Rangel was goal side of Kodja, and he booms the ball away for a throw into Villa.
A great run by John McGinn there. He's run off the back of Lynch, and I thought he was going to trip him there. I thought he was going to clip him, and he was in a penalty there. Is it Abraham's gone to the far post, or he wants the ball lifting? I think you've got to try and get across the near post. It's not that striker, is it, that refused to run across the near post?
No, it wasn't him. No,
I didn't think it was.
I'm not going to say who it was.
No.
I'll tell you at half time.
Okay.
It's going to be
and I'll announce it to the
yes. Yeah, you'll do me in cold blood in the 46th minute.
Nail you, mate. Nail you, don't worry.
21 minutes played on TalkSport 2. 0-0 here at Loftus Road. Neither goalkeeper has been hugely extended so far. Nyland with that save to keep out Freeman, as Villa get another free kick for another challenge on McGinn, who then pushes Luongo out of the way. That could be a very combative challenge the longer the game goes on. Grealish is now over the free kick for Aston Villa, and we spoke about his record this season in the Championship. No goals and 1 assist, but he is a player who does see plenty of the ball.
I'm interested to see what they do with free kicks and corners. Maybe not now, he's not been in, but with Dean Smith, they had a lot of variety at Brentford.
And it's Grealish who whips it into the penalty area. Kodja with the header, he was offside, and it was wide anyway. And that flag may spare Jonathan Kodja's blushes.
I tell you what, I like that variety though. A wonderful ball right in the middle of the pitch. It's only the fact that he's offside, but it's minimal, Another time he might get away with it, but if you put deliveries like, by the way, he should score. He should have put it in the net, and they could be arguing about whether it's offside or not. He's talking his head on that.
He rather pecked at it inside the area.
Was it Kodja?
Kodja, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's his strongest suit, actually, heading the ball.
Now Nyland at the other end just has to check and clear it forward. It's scooped back towards the Villa goal by Cameron. And here is Luongo finding Easy. Freeman on the edge of the area. Easy's been caught there as he looked to pick up the return ball. Bjarnason with the challenge, and it's a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers in a very dangerous area, about 21 yards out left of centre.
Well, is it Luke Freeman's got hold of the ball? I fancy him from there. No, he hasn't. Is it Ezzy or Easy? Ezzy or Easy?
Well, we were told it was Easy, but Tony Incenzo, who is the fount of all knowledge at Loftus Road, says apparently now he wants to be known as Ezzy.
All right, it's Ezzy for you to say.
Yeah. Eberici, Ezzy is over the free kick along with Freeman.
I bet he's being called worse, Nigel, anyway.
Well, he's having a good spell.
He's actually played well today. I like him. He's playing there off Hemed, and I think they both worked hard. He's a good link-up for them.
And he's been a beneficiary, really, of their inability to sign players, because he's an academy product who has basically been put in the team and stayed there.
Isn't it great, that, though? Isn't that, when it works out, it's fantastic.
Well, Ezzy is over the free kick along with Freeman. It would favour the right-footed player, and it's Ezzy who curls it into the wall, and he drives it back through, and it was wide of the near post.
Yeah, his first one was a real poor effort. There was nothing in it. It's just a chip. He's going to know he's not going to score with it anyway. And then when he comes back off the wall, he struck it really well, but he's just gone wide of the keeper's right-hand post. Jumping with their arms up there, by the way, there's every chance they've got to be careful. Turn their back, turn the side on, use their arms, it's a penalty.
Here is McGinn, and he's challenged heavily by Freeman, and it will be a free kick for Aston Villa. Taken quickly in midfield, on towards Hutton down the right-hand side. El Mohammadi with a low ball into the near post. Leisner is there to jab the ball away ahead of Abraham, who wins it back, but then Cameron is there to clear for Queen's Park Rangers. Bjarnason, he goes down under the challenge of Luongo. Grealish has also gone down from an earlier challenge, and it's a free kick to Aston Villa, about 15 yards inside the Queen's Park Rangers half. Grealish will get the free kick played short to him by Bjarnason. Drives towards this near side and finds Kodja, and now Taylor again on towards Kodja. Backpedaling is Rangel as he heads towards the edge of the penalty area. Kodja now looking for some sort of support, and he's gone beyond Rangel, who just put an arm across his body to hold him back. Kodja comes back in field, scoops the cross into the penalty area, and a combination of Shoak and Rangel deflect the ball behind for a corner to Villa.
Rangel's doing well against him. He's tried to take it. When he goes on the inside, there's not a great deal he can do about it. He needs a bit of help from the inside, from the players. He's tried to take him on the outside now 2 or 3 times, and he's caught with it really well.
Grealish will take the corner once again. On this near side, the Villa left. Everybody back for Queen's Park Rangers, and Lumley is able to pluck the ball out of the chilly West London skies with absolutely no problem, and he quickly bowls the ball out, and it's Leisner, the central defender, who brings the ball forward. He finds Ezzy on the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed shot from him eventually loops high up into the air off Taylor, and it's cleared on the edge of the penalty area by Chester, but Queen's Park Rangers have it back again. Lynch with the early ball forward, and Hemed knew he was offside, and it bobbles harmlessly through towards Nyland.
It's a really good break, and it's Leisner that's gone on the break, and he's given it to Eze, and again, I think he's trying to come. I think he could have done more of it. Bidwell's gone running up on the outside of him. I think he could have took it on the inside and rolled it to him, but he wants to get his shot away, and he made a mess of it. Great header by Chester there, by the way. It was coming, just going to bounce, and he come and met it, cleared his lines. Good defending.
And Chester, now the captain of Aston Villa. John Terry, of course, part of the backroom team with Dean Smith, and I'm sure as a former Chelsea captain he's had a very warm welcome here tonight. As Lynch loses out to El Mohammadi with an early ball into the penalty area. Abraham was looking to chest the ball down and fire it into the net, but it was Leisner who came in with a smothering challenge, and it's behind for a corner.
Well, it's John McGinn that started that off. He had the ball and he got tackled. He's won it back. Proper aggressive challenge. He's won it back, but then El Mohammadi puts a great ball into Tammy Abraham, and you know he should do better than that. He should have got it down and got his shot off. He's got it down. I think he wants to have a touch. I think if he just controls it and hits it first time, he scores.
McGinn will take the corner, an in-swinger from the far side in towards the near post. Tuanzebe was jumping, but it's headed out as far as Grealish on the far side, the right. Infield to Hutton, who was trying to find Grealish again with the return ball, but it's eventually found by Grealish. McGinn into the penalty area now. Grealish with an early cross in, looking for Abraham at the far post, who was unable to control a fiercely hit cross. It is eventually gathered by Taylor high into the penalty area, and it's Tuanzebe with a header at the far post, which is harmlessly into the arms of Lumley.
The momentum shifted a bit in this game. Villa are having the better of it now, and they just had a really good chance with Tammy Abraham, and then Grealish has just got in and got in the box. He put a really good cross. He's cut it back. I'm not sure he could hit it across the near post. There's too many defenders there, but really good play by Villa. They're coming into this game. John McGinn as well, he's dominating that midfield.
And McGinn once again finding Grealish, who is hacked down by Lynch, and that will be the game's first yellow card. And Joel Lynch can have absolutely no complaints whatsoever.
Well, he's just gone and stood over him. I'm not sure what he said. I'm sure he didn't say he was sorry. He probably said, get up, you're going to get a bit more of that. That's what we know. But it was an awful challenge. It's a proper industrial challenge, that one.
A real reducer. And Grealish, in fairness to him, does get plenty of that treatment in the Championship, and Lynch does receive the yellow card. And it's a free kick for Aston Villa, about 15 yards outside the penalty area.
I think he's a target with his socks the way they are as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's just the case, you know.
He does have his own style, Jack Grealish, and
certainly does. Let's clear him. He's got some real ability. He could be a really terrific footballer. Maybe there might be all the Villa fans saying he is a terrific footballer. I'm talking about 7 out of 10 me
in the Premier League
every single week. Yeah, in the Premier League, that standard. Not playing well, you know, bits and pieces in the Championship and showing the player he is.
Grealish with the free kick, he curls it right-footed and it hits the post. Lumley had given that one up and it came back off the far post. Now El Mohammadi with a high cross into the far post. Challenging for it was Kodja, and it's cleared away towards this near side. Bjarnason will regather, and Grealish inches away from his first goal of the season. Grealish again, wide towards Kodja, who turns on the left corner of the penalty area. Coming in field again, then beyond Rangel, an early cross in which was hacked clear by Hemed, and Villa will gather again.
What on earth was Lumley doing? He's took his hands away. He's let that go. I thought he did the back post behind the goal. It's not, he's hit the post. He's been so fortunate there.
Well, that would have been a really soft goal. I mean, there was movement on it, but not that much.
No, but you got to see it out, haven't you?
Here is Grealish now. Down the left-hand side, Kodja in support. Grealish comes in, Phil right-footed curler, and this time it's into the breadbasket of Joe Lumley. And he quickly clears downfield, and Tuanzebe just for a second was isolated one-to-one with Hemed, but the ball bounces beyond both of them, and it's gathered by Nyland. But you can hear the Villa fans away to our right-hand side. They believe a first goal could be imminent here. Half an hour played, 0-0.
Well, Grealish is having an effect now in the game. He's just hit the post, and he's a shot straight at Lumley, but nevertheless it's a shot on target, and he's having an increased influence in this game.
El Mohammadi now down the right hand side, infield to Hutton, and El Mohammadi has Hutton in support once again, and it was a criticism of the way the team were playing under Steve Bruce this season that Villa were not moving the ball around with enough pace and moving around the opposition. They're trying to do it here though, with Taylor on towards Kodja. Kodja spins in field, then goes down and gets the free kick following the challenge from Rangel. In fact, it was Shoek with the challenge, and it's a free kick to Villa.
Yeah, we've seen the free kick here now. He's let it go. I thought it was missing. I thought he was missing the goals completely, and so did the keeper. He had a much better view of it than I did, by the way. He could have made himself look as such a fool there. He's let it go and he's hit the post.
Sort of bounced in as well. There was a bit of an off-break look about it from Jack Grealish, but a goalkeeper
should have caught it.
Should have caught it, yeah.
Got hold of it. Don't know why he's wanting to let it go.
McGinn over the free kick following the challenge on this near side. Swirled high to the far post. Hutton was challenging, but it's Lynch with the header, and it's gone behind for a corner to Villa with 13 minutes to play in the first half.
Well, you said we've got the Villa fans to our right behind the goal there, and you can hear, but they know they're dominating this game now. I thought QPR started really well. been a while since they've been up in their half. They're dominating the game. John McGinn, Jack Grealish, and no real efforts on goal for QPR for a while, or anything at all.
Now Grealish with the ball into the near post. Bjarnason dives in to try and flick the ball on. It comes back out towards Grealish again, supported by McGinn. Left-footed cross, takes a deflection. It's all rather scruffy inside the penalty area before it's hacked away by Rangel. And now Luongo will try and bring it forward on this near side. He checks back and comes in field and has support from Freeman. Freeman, though, is challenged by McGinn. And then it's won back by Bjarnason on this near side. And it's a throw into Queen's Park Rangers. And the applause you can hear is, I think, born of relief from the Queen's Park Rangers fans that their team have the ball inside the Villa half. Rangel with a long ball forward. Hemed, who is on loan from Brighton, will chase, but Chester gets there first. And he now plays an early ball forward, straight to Luongo. And now Freeman, left-footed shot from him, is into the body of Nyland.
Well, James Chester's getting his hand up and he's apologised. That was such an awful ball into the middle of the pitch. Chipped into, and Freeman's got on it, and he's a really good strike. If it's either side of Nyland, he's got problems with that because he was swerving all over.
Abraham on the edge of the penalty area, spins away from Leisner. Was he caught? Not according to the referee. And then the clearance from Bidwell ricochets off El Mohammadi, and it's into the arms of Lumley. 33 minutes played. You're listening to Queen's Park Rangers 0, Aston Villa 0 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix, proud sponsors of the EFL, here when you need us. And Steve McLaren, the more animated manager inside the technical areas at the moment. Freeman with an early ball forward. It was aimed wide to the wing area, but Shoek had come in field, but he does well to track wide ahead of Taylor and win the ball back.
You just see the pace of Shoek there. I was amazed when we played against him how quick he was. I just think he should make more of it though. He should be taking the fullback on. Should be getting at Taylor. I don't see it too often with him.
Well, he's a Polish international, but he's always been in and out of the team.
Yeah, there must be some reason for it, Nigel, but he played well against us and I was impressed with him. And then just see him there run for the ball, chase with Taylor, and absolutely left him for dead.
And now Grealish and Taylor.
So use it more in a positive way.
And Queen's Park Rangers have a throw-in. Now Shoek gathers infield towards Eze on the edge of the penalty area. Hemed was in support. Here is Shoek. He was off balance as he looked to fire the ball towards the penalty area, and as a result it slices wide of the near post.
He did have a hand on him. He's got a handful of his shirt, I think. As he's put him in there, he's got of his hand.
That's a penalty.
It's a penalty, yeah.
Well, Steve McLaren absolutely furious, and having seen the replay, we can see why.
We've got a Basil Fawlty impression there, definitely. I'd be exactly the same as well. And it drives you mad, because you want to go, you want to tell somebody, you want to just get that decision. It's a penalty. He's got hold of his arm, he's pulled him back.
If we had VAR, they will currently be having a look. There's a player down, it's Jake Bidwell on the far side, the Queen's Park Rangers left back, and Villa have knocked it out of play, and Bidwell may require some treatment here. Darren England and his high visibility yellow jacket is just having a few words with him before he beckons on the Queen's Park Rangers physio.
We've seen it again now. You just got it here. Well, he's pulled him back, and he's pulled him off balance, which has made him slice it wide of the post. We get better views. I'm looking at the referees, where he was and whether they had a good view of it. You can't see. They both got their arms out. They look like they're both at it.
Well, the assistant is on this side of the field, on this near side, so
yeah,
you would have thought he would have had a good view.
That's why I call them linesmen, because they don't assist the referee very often. I think I'm sure referees said that unless it's an absolute nailed on that they can see, that the referees give the decision. I'll give the big decisions, the penalties. If they want to come on and tell me I'm wrong, then brilliant. But if they can see it, why don't they assist and give you the penalty? You're right. He's at this side. He had a better view of it.
Nyland clears downfield for Villa. 9 minutes to play in the first half on TalkSport 2. And it's still goalless here at Loftus Road. Tomorrow, a big double bill of championship action on Matchday Live 2. Middlesbrough against Derby at 12:30 Borough. 3 games without a goal at home. Derby with those fantastic wins over Sheffield United and West Bromwich Albion in the past week, and then Leeds against Forest at 5:30, the T20 International from Colombo in between. And now the shot comes in, and there is the opening goal. It was fired in off the underside of the crossbar by Shoek, and the referee, with the help of goal line technology, has given the opening goal. Shoek right down the centre, fired it in high over the goalkeeper. It bounced off the underside of the crossbar twice, and the referee had a look at the watch and gave the goal. 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers.
I'll be happy with this. It's just a goal. I thought it was over the line, miles over the line. It's not that. It's when there was a free kick here. They thought they'd give him the free kick, and if it's not, he's let play go on. I think Villa thinks they've given the free kick. He's put it between the centre back and the left back, and Shoek's in. But I'm certain that Villa think this is here. That's a free kick. But he's let play go on, which is a great decision by the referee. Unfortunately for Villa, all the defenders have stopped and Shoek stuck in the net, and it's a great goal.
Well, Shoek may believe that justice has been done, denied a penalty, but he has scored the opening goal outrageously against the run of play. But it's Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0, with 38 minutes played.
If they ever go to the old adage, Nigel, play to the whistle, because he didn't blow the whistle.
No.
He's let it play on, and I have to say, it's horrible it goes against you, but it's wonderful refereeing that. He's kept the game going. There's a goal being scored.
It was McGinn's challenge on this near side on Hemed, and the whistle didn't go. Abraham turns into Leisner, and now Queen's Park Rangers will look to bring it forward again. Freeman lofts it wide to this near side. There is space for Eze to come in field towards the edge of the penalty area. Finds Freeman, back towards Eze again, challenged by Taylor, and eventually Villa will clear, but they were wide open there, and the 1-2 between Freeman and Eze cut them apart. Now Hutton coming forward for Villa as they chase the game as we head towards half-time. El Mohammadi on the far side. Bidwell is back with him along with Cameron, and the shot fired in by McGinn, and it strikes the body of Leisner, and Eze can bring it forward again. Has Hemed in support. Freeman to the left, and it's slid through by Freeman, looking for Hemed, and Tuanzebe will play it back towards Nyland, who clears. Bjarnason's
going to have to come off. I'm wondering there that John McGinn's shot, and he should be up behind that and tackling, and he's waving here now. I think he's coming off. He looks like he's coming off the pitch, Bjarnason. He is.
Yeah, Birkir Bjarnason will be replaced by Glenn Whelan. So it's a straight swap as one of the holding midfielders, and Bjarnason, who has had to be patient to wait for starts this season, will be disappointed to leave before half-time due to injury. And Whelan, the player who was left out following the defeat to Norwich, comes on with 5 minutes to play in the first half.
I'd go as far to say I think Whelan's a better holding midfield player than Bjarnason. I think Bjarnason's a bit more of a progressive midfield player. Glenn Whelan's done that for years. He'll be fine. So they're not losing a great deal in that in terms of the substitution. They nearly got another one there now, just straight after. You're right. The 1-2 between Eze and Freeman was excellent, and but for a good bit of defending by Taylor, who tucked in and saved the day for them. It could have been 2-0.
And the Queen's Park Rangers fans loving the fact that John Terry's team are a goal down here with 4 minutes to play in the first half on TalkSport 2. Queen's Park Rangers leading, and now it's won back by Cameron. Flicked back in field by Hemed, who I think was looking for the ball ahead of him, and it's cleared by Hutton. Up to the halfway line, Kodja, now operating down the right, tries to find McGinn, but the Scot runs out of room, and it will be a throw-in for Queen's Park Rangers. And we've seen some good moments from Aston Villa, but really the goal came right down the centre between the two central defenders.
Yeah, they were looking to play. They're not defending. They thought John McGinn had won the ball because the referees let it go. The ones in the free kick, they've switched off.
Here is Luongo infield towards Eze. Hemed is the furthest player forward. Shoek makes the run down the right hand side. Eze is clipped by Abraham, and it will be a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers just inside the Villa half. And Tammy Abraham is having a very frustrating evening so far for Aston Villa.
Isn't it great though when a player like Eze gets in the team because of circumstances, but then he's staying in the team because he's good enough. Really playing well tonight.
Freeman losing out in the air on this near side to Chester, but Leistner plays it forward. It's cut out by Whelan. Whelan now with the early ball over the top, and Codger is offside, and some way offside as the flag goes up midway inside the Queen's Park Rangers half. And we have 2.5 minutes to play in the first half, and Queen's Park Rangers lead Aston Villa by 1-0. Both sides won the away fixture last season. Queen's Park Rangers didn't win too many away from home, but they were successful 3-1 at Villa Park late in the campaign, a few days after Villa had put 4 past Wolves and looked to be a team challenging for the top 2. But those hopes were quickly thwarted as Luongo beats Grealish in the air. Headed in field by Rangel. Luongo tries to charge forward now. He's beyond a couple of challenges before Chester heads it clear. Now Grealish on the edge of the penalty area. His own penalty area is caught by Luongo, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. And I'm sure Dean Smith he's learning about his team all the time, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I don't think he can't learn from that incident for me, but because they were trying to win the ball back. John McGinn goes to get the ball. He thought he'd won it, thinks it's a free kick, but defending, it's that. Are you defending? Are you watching when the ball's in play? If you've got the ball, you're looking to play. But the two defenders, left back and left centre back, was it Tunzabi and Taylor? Nowhere near him. Not switched on at all. And of course, Sholak, who was quick to react to it, the ball over the top, and neither of them did. And it was a great goal. But that's the one for me. Is you defender, be clued up all the time.
Well, Villa pass it straight out of play on this near side. It will be a throw-in as Dean Smith barks out orders from the technical area.
Sorry, Nigel, don't let centre forwards play between two of you. Somebody go and mark him. Somebody go and stand him. Even when you've got the ball, go and mark him. Because they try and mug you off. They try and play between you and run off your shoulder.
There speaks a man of experience. Codger inside the centre circle, and he brushes aside Cameron, and it's wide towards El Mohammadi, and Codger again towards the right hand side. Cameron believes he was caught by Codger, but Codger continues into the penalty area. The cross is fisted away by Lumley. McGinn tries to fire the shot back in, but he caught Rangel as he did so, and it's a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers inside the penalty area.
Well, fair play to John McGinn. He's just about kicked everybody in that midfield now. He's tackled everybody. That was unfortunate. He's on a volley of the ball. He thinks he's going to get a shot. And of course, Luongo comes in and he's almost pulled out of it, but he's caught him to have a shot.
2 minutes added time at the end of the first half. Rangers leading by 1-0. Lumley with the free kick. Hemed losing out in the air to Chester, but it will be a throw-in to Queen's Park Rangers on this near side. And Angel Rangel, who spent 11 years at Swansea, was a real part of their rise, takes the throw-in down the line, looking for Shoek, the goal scorer, headed away by Chester once again. And it's been a rather strange game so far. Villa have certainly had their moments, but have they looked like scoring? It's difficult to say they have consistently, but it's a throw-in for Queen's Park Rangers, and they have scored, and Rangel will take it. And the referee has just stopped play, and is having a few words with McGinn and Cameron. That's been simmering.
It does. It's great though. It's competitive.
And the throw in towards Hemed inside the penalty area. Played back towards Freeman, who tries to curl it in. Eze was waiting on the edge of the 6-yard area, met by Chester. Freeman again down the right hand side, cuts back onto his left foot, high to the far post. Two Villa players go for the same ball, and it's volleyed wide inside the penalty area by Luongo. There was chaos there for a second, but Luongo unable to capitalise.
Yeah, but it's Freeman on this right hand side. It's almost impossible to stop that. He does a leg over the ball, threatening to go on the outside. He comes on the inside on that wonderful left foot. He put a great ball in. There's two Villa players got confused, didn't clear it properly, and Luongo's unlucky. He's volleyed it. He's gone wide of the post.
Luongo once again on this near side, just clipped by Grealish, and it will be a free kick deep into added time at the end of the first half. And Aston Villa could really do with getting in a goal down, and they will do as the half-time whistle goes, and it's the Queen's Park Rangers supporters who rise to their team. Aston Villa had long spells of sustained pressure, and there's a problem. Leisner and Kodja coming together on the edge of the technical areas, and players from both sides then dive in. They're quickly separated by members of the backroom team and also the match officials as well, and Kodja has just been held back by the referee to have a word, and Kodja is pleading his case. Leisner has already headed down the tunnel, and eventually everybody departs the scene. Villa though with spells of pressure. Jack Grealish hitting the post with a free kick, but the only goal so far from Pavel Šoek, his first in the Championship this season. Aston Villa stopped anticipating a free kick, Šoek didn't, and at half-time it is Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0. Thank you, Dan. The crowd here tonight, 16,036, the biggest of the season so far, and 3,147 are here supporting Aston Villa, which is marvellous support, but they didn't have a huge amount to cheer during the first half. It's Queen's Park Rangers who will get the second half underway, attacking the goal away to our left. A reminder of the two sides again. Rangers, Lumley in goal, Rangel, Leisner, Lynch and Bidwell, Luongo and Cameron holding behind Šoek, the goal scorer, Eze and Freeman, with Hemed up front. The Villa team, they've had to make a change. Bjarnason going off injured, and Whelan has come on. It's Nyland in goal, Hutton, Tuanzebe, Chester and Taylor, El Mohammadi, Whelan, McGinn and Kodja, with Grealish playing off Abraham. And the second half is underway. Rangers in their blue and white hoops looking to build on the far side. It's knocked long downfield by Rangel, and it's gathered by Oya Nyland, who had a couple of shots to save in the first half, but not too many. And while the stats say that Aston Villa had 70% possession and 7 efforts on goal, you can't really say, Mick, that it was all-out attack.
No, sorry, Nez, I'm just watching that. I thought it was a stonewall foul, that one. I think it's Kodja, he just jumped into him.
Leisner again.
Clattered him with his elbow. He's up above him. I thought it was a foul, and it looks it there again on the replay. And he stopped it, anyway. I think we're going to have a drop ball. That'll be interesting watching that then, if he's throwing his arms around. Leisner, he don't look like he's hurting though, does he? He's smiling. No. So
I think Leisner's okay.
He'd take some hurting by the looks of him.
Yeah, Leisner's a player who had a very difficult start to his Queen's Park Rangers career, signed from the side in the German second division, Union Berlin. As Leisner now volleys clear up towards the halfway line. The challenge comes in from McGinn, but Leisner volleys out of play, and it will be a throw into Aston Villa, who are playing towards their supporters, who filled both tiers of that stand behind the goal away to our right. Hutton takes it infield towards El Mohammadi, and back towards Hutton again. A high ball hooked towards the far side. Kodja has to leave the penalty area to control. Wide towards Taylor. Infield again towards Grealish on the left corner of the penalty area. Now Kodja will come in field, and he runs into Luongo, and the referee Darren England deeming that as a body check from the Australian, and it's a free kick to Villa in a really good area.
Yeah, and I agree with the referee there. Yeah, I know he's knocked the ball quite a fair distance away from him, but he's still body checked him. It was a free kick. It looks to me like they've tried to get Grealish further up. There's Whelan is definitely the sitter. They get John McGinn and they get Grealish further up the pitch, it'd be a lot better.
Well, Abraham and McGinn are over the free kick, and it's on the left corner of the penalty area, and McGinn left-footed is the player over it. Of course, he scored a spectacular goal in the home defeat to Sheffield Wednesday, one of the goals of the season.
He's not shooting there.
He won't be shooting from here, though.
I don't think so.
It will be an outswinger with the left foot, that he curls it into the near post, and somehow Abraham puts it wide from inside the 6-yard area. It was a great delivery, and it skipped up in front of Abraham 4 yards out, and he failed to hit the target.
I can't believe they haven't got anybody in the hole. For all they're all really well organised here. I'm not sure if it's Luongo. Should be. You generally set up and you've got a spare man in front of all that, and they haven't got one. Abraham's got across the front man, and I think he should have scored, to be quite honest. It's a great delivery though from John McGinn.
It sort of hit his near foot, his first foot, rather than it coming across his body when he maybe could have directed the ball inside that near post. And as a result, it spun wide. But that's a let-off for Queen's Park Rangers right at the start of the second half. Now Freeman inside the centre circle, wide towards the far side, and Shoek, who scored the only goal 7 minutes before half-time. Rangel finding Freeman wide on the right-hand side, now infield, and Hemed with a clever ball laid into the path of Shoek, an early ball into the area from the right, and Hutton stepping in ahead of Eze, and it's a throw into Queen's Park Rangers by the corner flag on the far side there right.
Good play there by QPR, getting down the right-hand side. They've only got one body in the box though, and there's nobody really to hit, and Hutton's cleared it. He's cleared it for a throw-in, so they've got a bit of momentum. They've kept it up there.
Rangel will take it. Freeman makes the run towards the near post. Rangel, though, throws it beyond him, chested off by Hemed, and it breaks into the penalty area for Freeman, but sliding into clear with Taylor for Aston Villa, wearing all claret this evening, and then Leisner goes through the back of Abraham, and it will be a free kick for Aston Villa. 15 yards inside their own half, wide on the far side, the left. Quickly infield towards Grealish, who's almost knocked off it by Luongo, but he then finds Twanzebe.
But it's not going to hurt anybody there. He gets frustrated. I think he wants to go and get on the ball. Gets frustrated, he don't get enough of the ball, so he's dropping deeper and deeper. He's no threat to QPR back there for me.
5 minutes played in the second half on TalkSport 2, the home of the EFL. Borough Derby at 12:30, Leeds Forest at 5:30 tomorrow, with commentary on the T20 International from Colombo in between.
I think we should just watch that Leisner and Abraham, because he's just put him on his backside again, Leisner, and it's getting there. See if somebody does something stupid.
Well, Leisner at the moment is running battles with both Kodja and Abraham. As the throw-in for Queen's Park Rangers, finds Freeman on this near side, appeals for handball as it strikes McGinn, and it's out of play for only a throw-in.
That's a proper centre-half, that Nigel. Fall out with everybody, mate. All the front players, yeah.
He's not fussy.
See if you can get across and just have a bit with all of them.
Eze, now fouled by McGinn, and it's a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers, wide on this near side there left.
You see why John McGinn comes straight back in the team. He's excellent.
He gives Aston Villa something which they maybe lacked in that area last season. He wins the ball back, and he's also got quality on the ball as well.
Energy, enthusiasm, but real quality.
Bidwell with the free kick, finding Freeman. High cross in from the right-hand side, headed out towards the far post. Rangel unable to control. Now Luongo. Rangel providing the width down the right-hand side. Shoek makes the run to the near post. Lynch is still forward, but here is Eze on the edge of the penalty area. Hemed back towards Eze again, left foot shot deflected, and it spins just over the crossbar. Corner to Queen's Park Rangers.
Really good play there. Rangel kept it alive to start with. He's played it into Luongo, tried to find Eze. It's been set up then by him, and Eze's hit the shot. Because Hemed sets it up, and by the way, I think his shot's going in. It's on target. It's been deflected over the bar for a corner kick. Really good play, QPR.
Chester with the final touch, but it's a corner. Two Rangers on this near side, and Luke Freeman, the man who will take it. It will be an outswinger, high towards the 6-yard area, headed clear by Twanzebe. Back towards Freeman again on the corner of the penalty area, drifting away from Taylor. He then goes down as if he was caught by Grealish. The referee disagrees. Whelan, though, losing out to Freeman on this near side. Then Freeman just runs out of room, and that's a bit of a let-off for Villa. They have a throw-in.
Yeah, Glenn Whelan realised he was going to have to take the surge forward and go on the break. He realised that they were all catching him. He tried to come back. He had the ball nicked off him.
On the far side, Chester has it for Aston Villa. In towards Kodja. And then Chester again, and Whelan, who will be the archetypal sitting midfielder just in front of that back four, looks to direct the traffic once again. Kodja on the left-hand side. 52 minutes played. 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers, but it's Aston Villa looking to build. Grealish Finding McGinn, who clips a high ball wide to this near side, and El Mohammadi. Hutton has it with 2 Rangers players around him, but he comes in field beyond Freeman towards the edge of the penalty area, drives it into the feet of Abraham, and Hutton went for the return ball, but in the end it's cleared away as far as Grealish. Grealish again beats one man, beats 2 towards the edge of the penalty area, wide towards El Mohammadi, and the cross is woefully overhit. One bounce out of play on the far side for a throw-in.
El Mohammadi's had a rush of blood there, and Jack Grealish is in that final third now, and he's done well. He set a couple of little chances up. He rolls him a really lovely pass into El Mohammadi's path, and he's saying go and then put it across that 6-yard box, let players go, and he's blazed it over the crossbar. Made a real mess of it.
The ball was played in towards Abraham again there by Hutton. Abraham's always looking for these little flicks.
Yeah.
Can you not just play it simpler?
Well, you know, when it comes off, it looks really wonderful, doesn't it?
He's done it 3 times. It's not come off at any time.
Well, I'm going to say, let me finish, Nigel. Yeah.
Sorry.
But if you keep doing it, it doesn't come off. It drives everybody mad. You know, quite right. You know, they're saying just play it simple, and you can't do it every time.
No.
It comes off what, I don't know, once every game. I was going to say once every 2 or 3 games, something like that.
54 minutes played. 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Here is Whelan for Aston Villa. Back towards Hutton once again.
He's fairly isolated though, you know.
Yeah.
You know, see where Codger is right wide out there. I mean, you'd think the fullback could be out there. I mean, that would be. And I'm thinking about Dean's team. I'm thinking about Brentford. I'm certain that they'd have the strikers narrower and the fullbacks a bit up the pitch.
Now Abraham tries to find El Mohammadi, who does well to control on this near side. Hutton with a high hanging cross into the penalty area. Codger goes for the acrobatics at the far post, and I think he connected with Rangel, and the referee has stopped play. Villa have a throw in, but Rangel may need some treatment here.
Well, you're talking about Tammy Abraham trying to do the spectacular. What about this? Go and head it. Go and jump above him and head it in the net. That would make sense to me. He's never going to get a volley on that. That's ridiculous.
It was Shoak, in fact, who was caught, and he's got to his feet, clutching the base of his spine.
Should be a free kick, really. He's kicked him in the back.
Yep. Here is Grealish, wide on the left-hand side, coming in field onto his right foot. Now inside the penalty area, Codger with the back heel, finding Grealish again, who manages to dig the cross out, but it's volley clear at the near post by Leisner behind for a corner.
Nigel, that's where he wants to play. That's where he has to play. He's got to get him to play there, that final third, get the ball, causes problems. He's a good player, creates things. Grealish, I'm on about.
Grealish with the corner, swung in towards Tuanzebe, fisted away by Lumley. Now El Mohammadi, 25 yards from goal. Wide to the far side again, and McGinn, who's got space to bring it forward. High cross in from him, left-footed, looking for Abraham. It was a Queen's Park Rangers head which got there first. Lynch with the second header away. Now Codger on the edge of the area, fighting Grealish. Grealish comes in field again. Right foot shot from him, hits Cameron on the top of the head and spins over the top for another corner.
Well, I'll give Grealish a slight round of applause. He's picked his game up. He's such a threat up there already. You can see how much better he is in this second half, playing far further forward.
McGinn will take the corner. 56 minutes played. Villa trail by 1-0 at Loftus Road on TalkSport 2. McGinn's corner is deep. Lumley comes a long way, gets nowhere near it. Chester's back header at the far post forces him further wide, but he recovers possession, almost gives it away to Luongo, but it's flicked in field by Taylor. And here is El Mohammadi. All the outfield players are inside the Queen's Park Rangers half. It's incredibly congested. Now Taylor down the line far side, looking for Codger, and Codger now wins it back and finds Abraham on the edge of the penalty area. Now McGinn looking to wriggle his way through. It's back towards Hutton. Whelan takes over, wide to the right hand side, and El Mohammadi pulls it back. McGinn with a shot which was blocked by Cameron, and it's scraped away on this near side by Bidwell for a throw into Villa.
All hands to the pump for QPR, but they're doing it well. They're getting very tight, not letting them play through them. They're making them go wide, and then they're dealing with the crosses. But they're under a bit of pressure now. Villa are playing well, playing much better.
57 minutes played, but they've given up possession on this near side. Queen's Park Rangers have a throw in, and it's a foul throw that has been given. I've just seen the replay. How on earth do professional footballers do a foul throw?
It takes some practice in that.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
58 minutes played. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix. For the latest offers, visit your local store or screwfix.com. Here when you need us. Tuanzebe wide to this near side, the right for Aston Villa. Al Mohammadi will bring it forward now. They've been the dominant side since half-time, but they still trail to Pavel Shoek's goal 7 minutes before the break. Grealish draws two players towards the ball and then slips in Taylor down the left-hand side. Codger on the edge of the penalty area, back towards Grealish. Abraham now spins and fires right-footed, but it's blocked by Lynch on the edge of the penalty area. Eze will try and bring it clear. Hemed was making the run over the top, but Eze didn't see him. It's poked wide to this near side, and Freeman...
The ball's bust, I think. The ball's gone down. So I couldn't believe when Eze did that. He just toe poked it, and as if he wasn't bothered, the ball's gone down. He's had enough.
We saw the same thing happen last week in the game at Hillsborough. The ball burst on that occasion, but what does the referee do here? Another drop ball, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, McGinn...
Well, firstly, they gets a new ball, and that's what he does. I have to say, just watch. Villa are having all the play. Just watch how they're defending and see whether they get caught again. They'll keep attacking, and it's them at the back concentrating. Don't go to sleep. Don't let QPR catch you on the break.
Shoek heads it forward. Nodded clear by Tuanzebe, but it's won back by Luongo, who is then fouled by Whelan, and it will be a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers midway inside the Villa half. An hour played at Loftus Road. Cool evening in this part of West London. But the home side looking for their fourth victory in 5 games, and they would move 7th in the table. And after their start, 4 successive defeats with 13 goals conceded, it is a massive upturn. Freeman, with the bright yellow boots, will take the free kick on the far side. Swung into the penalty area, Leistner's underneath it, unmarked, and the free header was into the arms of Nyland, but the whistle's gone anyway for a free kick.
Oh, he barged into the back of Hutton there, put him right on his face. Here we go.
It wasn't Leistner, it was the player coming in behind, wasn't it? Hemed, and the free kick has been given. Now Taylor, infield to Whelan. A bright white number 6 on his back. Abraham finding Hutton, who makes the run beyond El Mohammadi once again, but it's back towards Whelan. And here is Hutton again, but he's got his back to goal, invites the challenge, and it's all the way back towards Tuanzebe. The game being played almost exclusively in the Queen's Park Rangers half at the moment. 61 minutes played on TalkSport 2, the home of the EFL. But it's Queen's Park Rangers who still lead by a goal to nil. Now Codger looking to roll his man Lynch, but he was offside right in front of the assistant referee. And once again, there is a release of pressure for Queen's Park Rangers. And we are about to see changes on both sides. It's a straight swap for Queen's Park Rangers, with Tona Hemed, one loanee replaced by another. Naki Wells, signed from Burnley, and Yannick Bolasie will also be coming on for Aston Villa. And Hemed has worked hard but has had very little service.
There's a different type coming on now, Nigel, with Naki Wells. They want to be careful now. They'll have all the possession. He'll be trying to play them. He's pretty quicksilver. He'll be off. He gets a chance to stick in the back of the net. They want to be careful.
And Bolasie has come on for El Mohammadi. So Codger has come across to this near side, the right, and Bolasie will operate on the left. Of course, Yannick Bolasie cost Everton £20 million when they signed him from Crystal Palace, but that ACL injury he suffered in December 2016 has really checked his progress.
Well, as Naki Wells come on, the first ball's aimed up to him. I don't know, he's 5'8", 5'9", very good in the air, wins the first one. Very impressed. I think it's a good signing, him.
Freeman on this near side, driven towards the corner flag by 2 Villa players, but he's held on to it well and he's got the throw in. And the game is really replicating what we saw for much of the first half. Villa on top, but Queen's Park Rangers arguably looking more dangerous when they have the ball inside their attacking third. Hooked forward by Luongo over the top, but Freeman knew he was offside, and it will be a goal kick.
I've been talking about the transfer embargo, haven't they, QPR? And
in January.
Yeah, I mean, it's about the wages. If what I hear is right, they're paying a king's ransom to both Naki Wells and Hamed. Or somebody is.
Well, they shipped a lot of players out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a back pass which Nyland has to be careful with. It was Chester who hit it back to him with some force, and Nyland's first touch wasn't the best as Codger loses out in the air, and Bidwell will try and clear. Originally, the wages to turnover ratio at Queen's Park Rangers was 195%, which is not good in anyone's eyes. But they've got it down to the mid-60s at the moment as part of this settlement with the financial fair play. There is a fine to be paid as well and a transfer embargo, but at the moment Steve McLaren just has to coach what he has, and maybe that's not too bad a thing. Here is Balassi using his pace up towards the edge of the penalty area, challenged by Freeman, but Balassi has found Codger wide on the right hand side. Back towards Balassi again, and his cross into the area is deflected behind off Freeman for another Villa corner.
I'll just go back to your point there about the small squad. If you've got a small squad of capable players, of good players, it's not such a bad thing, you know. They're going to get game time, and you get a real togetherness, and I think he's got this now, Steve, and he's got good players. And really, Freeman, I mean, they're talking about him, you know, people might be interested in him. I can see that. Really good player, having a good game tonight.
Corner for Villa on this near side. McGinn will take it. 64 minutes played. It's high to the far post, and it's won well in the air by Twanzebe, who heads it down into the 6-yard area, but it's gathered by Joe Lumley.
Yeah, he's won the ball. There's nobody there. Again, in front of the goalkeeper. Have somebody in front of the goalkeeper, just sweeping up around him. There we have the back pass. We've just seen it again. He had to act quickly, the goalkeeper, didn't he?
He played it blind, Chester. He played it where he thought Nyland was, which is always dangerous. But it's a throw-in for Queen's Park Rangers on the far side. And they may be thinking, have they weathered the storm in the second half, as Steve McLaren stands there, arms folded on the edge of the technical area. 65 minutes played. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0. On Talk Sport tomorrow, Adrian Durham has Matchday live from St Mary's. Full commentary of Southampton against Newcastle, plus all the goals as they go in from elsewhere up and down the divisions. And on Sunday, Sags has the Sunday exclusive, a 2 o'clock start, and it's another really big game from the Premier League. Manchester United against Everton, 4 o'clock kickoff, only here on Talk Sport. Now McGinn flicks it infield, looking for Codger, but the ball is smothered away, then almost given away by Leisner on the edge of his own penalty area, and the clearance finds Grealish, and Grealish comes forward now, infield again onto his right foot, wide towards Balassi, who checked his run to stay onside, and Balassi's low shot is palmed away at the near post by Lumley. Back out towards Balassi again, driven low, and this time Lumley on his haunches is able to gather.
Yeah, Balassi looks a threat there. He loves to come in on the right foot. Grealish again at the edge of the box. He hits the target. I thought he's made a good save there. Lumley down to his right hand side, and then hits the target again, but it's straight down Lumley's throat. No danger.
Shoek on the far side, the right for Queen's Park Rangers. Onto the chest of Naki Wells, who may be given room to turn. He isn't on this occasion, but the clearance from Taylor's a poor one. Luongo looks to play Naki Wells, who just for a second was in behind Twanzebe, but the youngster did well to recover, and it's cleared long downfield by Nyland. Cameron does well to win the ball in the central area. Luongo, though, just losing out to Grealish, and Grealish takes a chance and almost gives it back towards Luongo, but here is Whelan once again, and now played back in field by Balassi, and it's Grealish charging forward midway inside the Queen's Park Rangers half, back to McGinn. Abraham tries to turn inside the penalty area, but he showed far too much of that to Leisner, and it's swooped on by Lumley.
Really good play there by Grealish and Abraham, but as he's rolling it, Lynch, it's Lynch it is. He's ready, great defending that. He's not going to try to nick it off him. He's waited till he turned, read him. He's probably got the copy of the Beano out, he's read that one, he'll be taking the mickey, but really good defending.
Now Wells for Queen's Park Rangers, wide to the far side, the right, and Shoek. At the moment, his goal divides the sides. We're into the final quarter here. Poor ball played forward by Cameron. Straight to Codger. And he can open his legs to try and move forward for Villa down the right-hand side. Hutton doing well to keep up on the overlap. Here is Hutton. First time crossing to the penalty area. Abraham with a volley. And it was blocked at the near post by Leisner. Yet another Villa corner.
Yeah, they're doing all right, Villa, at the minute. I think Bolassi's had a positive impact and Grealish is doing well at the minute. I'd want more of my strikers if I'm Dean. And so did Mohamed. He's gone off. Bolassi's come off. But Abraham and Codger as well. Want more out of them in this game.
Well, Villa have one more change. Will we see Scott Hogan? Here's a corner for Villa. On this near side. High towards the far post. Headed away by Lynch. Knocked back into the penalty area by Whelan. Chester challenging forward. Almost falls for Hutton. Cleared away as far as Twanzebe. And then it's boom clear. Long and high downfield by Shoek. And Aston Villa will have to build again from their goalkeeper. It almost has the feel of a cup tie at times, with Queen's Park Rangers, the lower ranked team, holding on to their 1-goal lead. But if they win this game tonight, they will be 7th in the table, on the fringes of the playoffs. And of course 2 points currently cover the top 6.
I get that. They're holding on to it. They're not hanging on to it, though, are they?
No.
Villa, they're threatening. But again, the keeper's not diving. He just made one really good save, hasn't he, from Balassi down to his right-hand side. There's a sub coming on here now.
And it's Jeff Cameron who is coming off. And Josh Scowen is the player who will come on, the former Barnsley man. And Cameron, another very good loan signing from Stoke City. And the American has played his part. And Scowen will take his place.
Good sub to have coming on by Josh Scowen. He's been a really good player for QPR. I mean, he's small in stature, but he's big in personality, and I like him. He gets about the pitch. Good footballer.
Leisner plays it wide to this near side in Freeman. First time ball back towards Bidwell, which was... his pass was beyond Freeman, but Wells almost made something of it. And he's putting on the pressure, and it's a throw into Aston Villa on this near side. We are inside the final 20 minutes here on TalkSport 2. Queen's Park Rangers leading by a 1-0 with Screwfix, proud sponsors of the EFL, here when you need us. Another long ball forward from Villa, headed back over the top by Leisner. Codger in field, but it's Scowen who gets there before Grealish. Chester, though, will play it forward towards Taylor. And there's not a huge amount of movement from the claret shirts ahead of him, so it's back in field towards Chester. And now Twanzebe. Hutton again, quickly closed down by Freeman, and it's a throw into Villa.
Good pressing from QPR. And neither team, the substitutes have made, neither team have made any changes to tactically or anything, just replaced like for like.
And now Taylor wide on the left-hand side for Villa. Forward towards Balassi wearing gloves. He spins away from the challenge of Rangel initially, but then overruns it out of play. And it will be a throw-in to Queen's Park Rangers, midway inside their own half. Leading here by a 0-0. And if Villa do lose this game, they could be down in the bottom 6 by the end of tomorrow. Of course, they had a poor start to last season. Things gradually calmed down as Steve Bruce guided them into the playoffs. But Dean Smith will be looking up at the top 6 at the moment, and it's some way off.
There'll be Dean Smith out tomorrow then if they get beaten, this one, is it?
Well,
by the way, I'm saying that to him.
No, I know you are, but some Villa fans, and you can't say it as a former Wolves manager, but here's a chance for Freeman inside the penalty area, back towards Wells, and it's cleared away by Hutton. There's a portion of the Villa support, and they have fantastically loyal supporters, 3,000 here tonight, but some of them are very entitled and think they should be in the Premier League, but the reality at the moment says otherwise, as Eze is fouled by Twanzebe, and it's a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers.
I think I should have a private plane, but I haven't got one, Nigel.
Absolutely, and but Villa are where they are because of circumstances both within the club and outside the club.
Their inability to win enough games.
Yeah.
Firstly to stay in the Premier League, and then to get out of the Championship into the Premier League.
Outstanding ground, wonderful history, but
They're going to have the best chance with this guy down here anyway, Dean Smith, and I'm still saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be given time. Freeman with the free kick for Queen's Park Rangers. Leistner was the target again, but that's good goalkeeping by Nyland to come out and claim. Quickly bowls it out, looking for the pace of Kodja, but Rangel gets there first. And now Scowen can bring it forward on the far side, the right. Infield towards Eze. And further wide towards Shoek down the Queen's Park Rangers right. Poked infield towards Naki Wells, and Queen's Park Rangers are working this well. Wells again. Checks infield beyond Grealish. Finds Eze. And it's wide towards Shoek again. And at the moment, Villa finding it difficult to get a kick. And this will be energy sapping for a side which have put a good deal into the game but still trail with 17 minutes to play. And now Whelan is penalised for a foul on Scowen, and it's a free kick and another opportunity for Queen's Park Rangers to take the sting out of the game. But Leistner's free kick is onto the head of Hutton. Bidwell looked to try and handle it, but he didn't. And here is Freeman now, finding Naki Wells, who was onside and looked to go into the penalty area, but he finds Bidwell. The cross is kneed away by Twanzebe. Luongo hooks it back over the top, cleared away by Twanzebe once again, and here is Bidwell down the left. The cross is deflected off Hutton, and Whelan has the opportunity to clear, and he finds McGinn on the edge of the penalty area, and McGinn is clever enough to spin away from Scowen, but he then loses out in the challenge, and it's won back well by Wells. And here is Scowen with a low left-footed shot, which is just wide.
Scowen's been great. He's added something. He's got a little bit of zip, probably something to prove. He wants to be in the team. But that's Naki Wells that comes back and chases back and wins it for the team. That's great play by him. Scowen's just hit it wide of the post. He's done really well. I would imagine he's unlucky and surprised not to be in the team, because I've always felt he's been a really good player for QPR.
Do you think Wells could have maybe gone for goal there rather than lay it wide?
Yes, I think he'd been on his right foot. He might have done. But I think he gave it wide, gets in the box, and the cross didn't find him.
Freeman driving forward again now, looks to find Wells inside the area. Left-footed shot from him this time, and that really bears out what Mick was saying. It's a weak shot into the midriff of Nyland. Now Grealish.
He was a bit narrow, wasn't he? A bit wider the last time. He's been a real threat. He runs in behind, and Freeman's found him twice now.
Leistner steps in before Balassi to clear for Queen's Park Rangers. 15 minutes to play on TalkSport 2. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0. Rangers on the verge of ending their 13-match losing streak on a Friday. Now Grealish with an early ball into the penalty area. It took a deflection, which meant that Lumley had to scramble and just ensure the ball didn't go behind for a corner. And we look at clear-cut chances, Mick, and how many have Villa had in the second half?
No, not many. The shot that he saved, that Lumley saved from Balassi, wasn't a clear-cut chance. Balassi made it for himself. Good on the, there's a foul, surely.
Well, the referee, Darren England, has not given it. It was Shoek, who believes he was wrestled to the ground by Grealish.
And he was.
And he was.
Yes.
So the assistant only put his flag up to give a throw into Aston Villa.
I know they've got a better view than we have down there, but it's beyond me how that wasn't a free kick. And that one.
And now Villa do get a free kick for a similar sort of incident. Kodja going down this time, and Villa will get the opportunity to get the ball forward. And Dean Smith has been deep in conversation with Richard O'Kelly, the coach he brought across with him from Brentford, and John Terry is there as well. Hutton wide on the right hand side. It's a long ball forward, and Balassi could be in behind Bidwell here. Delivers a first time ball, a scuffed low cross which is headed away by Leistner, but Balassi will get a second opportunity. A deeper cross in this time, and it's volleyed clear at the far post by Rangel, who did well to hook the ball across the penalty area. And it will be a throw into Aston Villa down their right-hand side.
Balassi looks a threat. He does look the one. He's come on. He's done more in these 10 minutes. Has he been on 15 minutes? He's done more than the other front players all the game. He was standing on the left, coming. He's had a shot at the attack, put a great cross in. His movement, he came short and went long, and he got the cross in. Really bright.
But Kodja has been a disappointment. He's seemingly got all of the tools, but he's not managed to put anything together so far this evening.
Well, he's playing in a three, but it looks to me he's playing out wide, and you know he's better when he's running down the middle.
Scowen on the breakaway now for Queen's Park Rangers, finds Shoek. Scowen makes the run to the right, but it's back towards Rangel, who comes in field. Luongo
Got some strikers as well, was he? Was he 15 million quid? Hogan was 9 million quid.
Oh yeah, the money was spent. And now Freeman down the left-hand side for Queen's Park Rangers. Right foot across into the penalty area, and it's claimed by Nyland. We also had, of course, Abrahams on loan, a player who would imagine command a fee of around £15 million if he was ever sold by Chelsea. So that there is potential there, and there should be goals there as well. But Abraham, of course, scored the opening goal of the Dean Smith era at Swansea City. It's won back superbly on the far side by Wells, looking for support. Finds it from Eze. Eze now infield to Scowen. And the gaps are beginning to appear as we head towards the final 12 minutes on TalkSport 2. 1-0 it remains to Queen's Park Rangers. Aston Villa have been chasing the game for the whole of the second half, and Eze has been bowled over by Grealish, and it will be a free kick to Queen's Park Rangers, who, the longer the game has gone on, have played a very sensible game. They played a containing game at times, but Steve McLaren has clearly done his homework, and they've managed to nullify Villa for much of this second half. Scowen with the free kick, high to the far post. Leistner challenging with Hutton, but Hutton does well to head the ball clear. In the right back area, Balassi will clear long downfield, looking for Abraham, who chests the ball down but then loses out in the secondary challenge to Rangel, who bobs and weaves away from a couple of challenges and plays a good ball wide to this near side, and Bidwell. Naki Wells looking for the ball inside the penalty area, but it's beyond both him and Eze. Shoek will try and win it back, but he's hauled Codger to the ground on the far side, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa.
You're talking about Tammy Abraham and the fee he might...
for Shoek,
sorry, Tammy Abraham. The fee he might cost and what he's done and the goals he's scored. Just think about him when he's on loan at Bristol City. He's playing up there. He's got Bobby Reid with him. It's sort of in behind him. They're playing almost a bit like QPR are, one up top and one in behind, and they were a real potent force. He seems to be isolated here at the minute.
Well, he scored 26 goals at Bristol City in a team which only just about survived that season. Without his goals, they would have gone down. Codger, another former Bristol City player, has support wide on the far side, and then plays a ball back towards Twanzebe inside the centre circle. And now Hutton inside the final 10 minutes on TalkSport 2. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0 remains the scoreline in the EFL Championship tomorrow. Borough Derby at 12:30, Leeds Forest at 5:30. An exclusive commentary of the T20 International from Colombo in between. Now Balassi with a crossing for the right-hand side. Grealish with a volley. It strikes a defender on the hand inside the area. Rangel, who knew nothing about it. And Queen's Park Rangers are able to clear. Now Wells on this near side, the left. Coming infield onto his right foot. A good ball to pick out Scowen. And now Shoek looking to break into the penalty area. Infield onto his left foot. A low, weak shot is blocked by Taylor. And Grealish will try and bring the ball clear. Sidesteps Shoek. And holds on to the ball, Grealish. Almost turns into trouble, but he has support from Taylor. Taylor now with the ball down the line. Closed down by Scowen. And it's a throw into Villa.
Well, the chance came as a wonderful cross from Balassi. And we're just seeing it now. Oh no, he's turned his back, he's got his elbow down his side. He's hit him on the elbow. It's a great block because he's going in the net, that I think. Jack Grealish caught it really sweet. But Balassi's the one. Get the ball to Balassi. He's causing all sorts of trouble. He's the threat. He'll create you something, might get a goal.
Now Codger has been hauled down inside the centre circle, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. And Luongo, I think that's one challenge too many from him, and it's a yellow card for the Australian. 8 minutes to play. Aston Villa heading for their third defeat in 4 games, and it would be a run of only 2 wins in 13, and 2 defeats out of 3 under Dean Smith. Now Hutton infield towards Whelan. Balassi in support. Codger and Abraham wait for the cross, but it's overhit by Balassi. 1 bounce, 2 bounces straight out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, don't do that to him. I've just bigged him up. He's been excellent though since he came on. He's tried to put an early cross in there, he's just overhit it. I'd like to see him go and take Bidwell on actually, because he's done really well so far.
But rather like Snodgrass last season, he's a player who has come from the Premier League and will believe he's of Premier League quality, and Aston Villa are giving these players a fantastic stage.
It looked to me like they've gone 4-4-2 here for the last 8 minutes. Jack Grealish has gone out on the left, Balassi on the right, Whelan and John McGinn, and we've got
Eze looking to chase now. He and Tuanzebe were grappling for the ball, and neither of them knew where the ball was, and Taylor, in his haste to clear the ball away, has taken the ball over the byline, and it's a corner.
Sorry, I just finishing that, the 4-4-2, Abraham and Codger up front.
And that will suit Codger, because he scored 19 goals in his season at Bristol City, 19 goals in his first season at Villa before the injuries.
Look, they all want to play down the middle. If the centre forwards, they want to be down the middle and not out wide right, chasing full-backs and all that. And if that's the way the coach wants to play, that's what they've got to do.
Freeman will take the corner. 6 minutes to play at Loftus Road. 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Freeman's delivery in towards the near post. Lynch tries to flick the ball on, but the whistle has gone for an infringement inside the area, and it's a free kick to Villa. And Codger tries to get the ball back from the crowd, and somebody kicks the ball away from him in the crowd, and then Codger goes across to another fan who throws the ball over his head, and Darren England, the referee, is just going across to the assistant to see what happened on the far side.
The fans are not going to give him the ball. What's he going to do? Book the fan or something? Codger's not done anything. He went to get the ball, somebody's kicked it away from him, then the fans picked it up, he's asking for the ball back. Do you think they're going to give it him? No chance. What's left? We've got
Darren England,
4 minutes and a bit left. It's 4 minutes, 4 and a bit minutes plus added time. In fact, look, he's wasted more time. The fans have wasted time, he's wasted time. This could be the Italians, doing this, playing this, running the clock down, I tell you.
Well, Codger has now been beckoned over by Darren England. Of course, Codger had the incident with Leisner after the half-time whistle.
Yeah, but what's he done? As he said,
he's not booked him, he's had a word, and we carry on.
Don't do that again, I've just wasted another 2 minutes.
Well, Villa don't make the most of the throw-in. Shoek runs it out to play. It will be a throw-in to Aston Villa, and we have 4.5 minutes to play. And we will feature Villa again next Friday at home to Bolton on TalkSport 2, and then they go to Derby.
Well, that is a big game, because that's a relegation clash, and if they lose this, you're telling me.
And then they've got Birmingham at home, also live on TalkSport 2 before the end of the month. So,
oh wow, big games coming up.
As for Queen's Park Rangers, they go to Blackburn following this game, and then they've got their big West London derby at home to Brentford in a couple of weeks before the international break. But they are the top team in London in the Championship at the moment. Eze, infield towards Luongo, looking for the pace of Wells over the top, but some way beyond him, and gathered by Nyland. Inside the final 4 minutes, 1-0 to Queen's Park Rangers, and Aston Villa have knocked on the door throughout, but really, the longer the game has gone on, the more they've huffed and puffed. Here is Grealish now. Takes on the first man, beats him, but loses out to the second, Luongo. But Hutton regathers for Villa down the right-hand side. Into the feet of Grealish again. Now Balassi looking to use his pace on the outside down the right. Digs out the cross beyond everybody. Taylor will gather at the far post. Has McGinn in support. Now Grealish leaves it for Whelan. McGinn, left side of the penalty area, finding Grealish all the way through the penalty area, and it's through the legs of Abraham and gathered by Lumley.
Yeah, we've just seen a picture of Steve there on the bench. You know, Steve McLaren. He's desperate to see this game out, and to be honest, they deserve it. I mean, Villa have had a lot of play, but not really had loads of chances. It's been, I think it's been a good performance. I would have said disappointing performance from Villa. It's been a good performance from QPR. When they haven't had the ball, they've been really disciplined and tough and strong, and not let Villa play through them or around them, and they've stopped things. And they've scored the goal. You know, the one real chance that they got with Sherlock is took it. It's brilliant.
And for a good few years at Queen's Park Rangers, as Codger goes down under Leistner's challenge, and Codger fell to the turf dramatically, but it's a free kick to Aston Villa, wide on the left-hand side, about 25 yards out. For a number of years, Queen's Park Rangers seem to have players on massive money. I'm not going to say they didn't care, but at times they didn't appear to care. Now they've got players here, all of them care.
Yes, it looks that way, doesn't it? It looks like he's got a really good spirit in the team, and that does break the spirit. Too many players on big money that are maybe not playing, not bothered, or not bothered enough.
But it's a free kick which McGinn will take, and there's still hope for Villa. McGinn's free kick straight to Lumley, or rather Lumley did well to come through the crowd and claim.
He has, yeah, I know. There's two ways of looking at it. It's close to the keeper. He actually came and got that. Wasn't just straight into his hands. He's come forward, took it really well, took the pressure off. 90
seconds to play of normal time.
I can't tell you the feeling of that when you're the manager, your coach, and they're putting your goalkeeper's hand. It's like, oh wow, what a relief. 1-0 up, win the game.
Nyland clears downfield. Leistner heads it back over the top. Eze controls well on the chest. Has support from Shoek on his outside. Shoek can burst into the penalty area, and the cross was palmed away by Nyland. Now gathered by Wells. The cross back into the penalty area deflects off Hutton, and Nyland is able to gather at the far post. I
think that's a waste that by Naki Wells, putting it back and keep it. It's in the keeper's hands. He'll get it up the pitch. He'll put pressure on them. Keep hold of it. It was needless. He didn't need to cross that.
Cleared downfield by Nyland again. It breaks towards Balassi, 20 yards out, goes on the outside down the right, but the cross blocked by Bidwell. Cleared away by Lynch. Up towards the halfway line. Tuanzebe heads it square. And here is Taylor. Taylor with the early ball forward onto the chest of Codger, who does well to control and turn. Scowen tries to make the challenge, and Scowen, did he foul him? No, he didn't. He came away with the ball, and Queen's Park Rangers can bring it clear with Freeman on this near side, the left. He's got Hutton backpedaling, and Freeman, I'm sure, will try and continue and get as close to the corner flag as he can, but he's won a throw-in.
Codger's lost that. If I'm Jack Grealish, by the way, he would be getting an absolute mouthful, because he was free on the left, and he looked at him, ignored him, come on the inside, lost it, and they're off and running again.
Final change for Queen's Park Rangers, and it's Eberici Eze who comes off, and the giant Matt Smith comes on. It's his 12th appearance of the season, and 10 of them have come from the bench. And we will have 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. And Smith scored so many goals from the bench last season. He was the impact player for Ian Holloway on a number of occasions, but they don't need an impact here.
Nigel, if you get the right delivery to him, he's almost impossible to stop.
A bit like Nuiu last week when Sheffield Wednesday brought him on.
Absolutely, they're a threat.
Here is Scowen. Long range shot from him is turned over the top by Nyland. Scowen, 25 yards out, really caught hold of that, and Nyland had to help it on its way.
Yeah, I'm having Josh Scowen here. I thought he was excellent. We talked to him, we tried to sign him actually at Ipswich, and didn't happen. When he was leaving Barnsley, he had a really great time at Barnsley. He was a good player for them, and I think he's been excellent for QPR, and I think he's had a real impact coming on here. We're talking about subs making an impact, he certainly has.
And Queen's Park Rangers are taking their time over the corner. Freeman has gone across to take it. Smith is offering himself as the short option, so too is Shoek.
That's a contradiction in terms, isn't it? Smith's offering himself as the short option.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's 6'6".
And in the end, he's lost the ball by the corner flag, and Villa will have it back. And again, the Queen's Park Rangers fans are holding on to the ball. Nyland has gone across to take it, and the fan right in front of him shows him the ball and then throws it over his shoulder. All this is doing is adding on time.
That's if he does. I think he should just stick another minute on for that, and at the end of it tell them the reason why, and if it cost them. Well,
Nyland's looking to, well, there must be the free kick given for offside. I thought a throw-in was given. Anyway, Nyland clears downfield, and it's headed forward by Luongo. Smith will look to get there before Chester, and here is Tuanzebe. Wide towards Hutton, clipped over the top, but straight to Lynch, who launches it forward again. Chester controls. Now Tuanzebe. Villa have got to get the ball forward here. Whelan, wide to the far side, and Taylor is giving it away though straight to Rangel, and here is Wells. Shoek was off and running down the right, but the pass was cut out by Chester. Now played long downfield by Whelan. 25 yards out from goal. Abraham controls with his back to goal. McGinn wide towards Hutton on this near side. Villa have got to get the ball into the central area. McGinn does now. It's controlled by Abraham. Abraham on the burst, and his low shot is blocked at the near post by Rangel, and Rangel celebrates that challenge as if he scored a goal, but it's a corner.
You can see Tammy Abraham, I mean, they put the ball in the box there, he's chested it down, he's got turned around, he's got a half chance, and they've ended up with a corner of it. They're not putting enough balls into him. I think he's frustrated. He wants the ball in the box, into his feet, up onto his chest.
Corner taken by McGinn in towards that near post area, headed away by Smith, as he should do. Now Grealish. The home crowd urging the Queen's Park Rangers team to vacate the penalty area, but McGinn returns it high to the far post. It's nodded down by Codger. Whelan will gather by the corner flag. He looks to go beyond the challenge of Shoek, and Shoek has fouled him. It's a free kick to Aston Villa, who are running out of final chances here.
Well, Jack Grealish has gone for a short one. If he takes it short, I'll be amazed.
No, it's McGinn who will look to whip this ball in.
Keep it away from Matt Smith.
McGinn with the left-footed delivery into the 6-yard area. Smith again rises to clear. Gathered by Grealish on the edge of the penalty area. Fires in the left-footed shot. It hits Codger on the way through. Codger was offside, and Queen's Park Rangers have the free kick. And Codger's been offside for much of the evening.
Yeah. Don't tell me the referee's gone up to the keeper and said, hurry up. I bet he has. Certainly, gone up. Don't take your time, hurry up, you know. Come on, referee. Blow for time, he's got to be up anyway.
Lumley clears downfield, and that's it. It's 4 wins out of 5 for Queen's Park Rangers, but yet another defeat for Aston Villa. 4 defeats out of 5 for them. And Dean Smith has been given another indication of the size of the task facing him at Villa Park. It's 2 defeats in 3 for him since taking over, and the managerial bounce has been very short-lived for the new man. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Aston Villa 0.